Hi students, this is Aju K. John from Grace Institute of Advanced Physics. In this video, I will be discussing questions from kinetic theory and thermodynamics which were asked in the IIT JAM 2021 Physics exam. We are conducting a coaching for IIT JAM Physics. Right now, two papers are going on. First one is kinetic theory and thermodynamics and the second one is electricity and magnetism. You can join the course paper-wise. Okay, you can see the contact in the video itself. Okay, let us start the discussion. So here we are discussing all the questions from the kinetic theory and thermodynamics part which were asked in the 2021 IIT JAM exam. Okay, let us go to the first question. A system undergoes a thermodynamic transformation from state S1 to state S2 via two different paths 1 and 2. The system goes from one state to another. Suppose this is state S1 and this is another state S2. So it is going from this state to this state along two paths. It will be these two paths, path 1 and path 2. Okay. The heat absorbed and work done along path 1 are 50 joule. So for the path 1, I will write here path 1 and the other is path 2. Okay, so here for the path 1, the heat absorbed and work done along path 1 are 50 and 30. So delta Q is equal to 50 joule. The heat absorbed is 50 joule. And the work done, delta W. What is delta W? It is 30 joule. If the heat absorbed along path 2 is 30 joule, in the path 2 heat absorbed is given, delta Q is equal to 30 joule. Okay, we have to find the work done. Delta W we have to find out. Okay, so in this case we have to find the work done. You know the first law of thermodynamics. What is the first law of thermodynamics? Delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W. The heat absorbed is equal to change in internal energy plus the work done by the system. Okay, so to find the work done, we can use this formula delta Q minus delta U. Okay, but here we don't know the value of delta U. Okay, we don't know the value of delta U, but we have to find the work done. But here another set of data is given. For path 1, both are given. The heat absorbed as well as the work done is given. Okay, and you can see that the system is going from, in both the cases, the system is going from S1 and S2. So the initial state and the final states are the given. Initial and the final states are the same. So you can say that the delta U or the change in internal energy for the two paths will be the same. Okay, the change in internal energy for the two paths will be the same. Why? Because internal energy is a state function. It is not a path function. It does not depend on the path through which the system is going, but it depends only on the initial and the final states of the system. So for the two paths 1 and 2, the initial state and the final state are the same. So internal energy, the change in the internal energy will be the same. Okay, so this is the main idea for this question. Okay, main idea is the change in internal energy is the same. So you can find the change in internal energy here. How can you find the change in internal energy? From the first law, you can see that delta U is equal to delta Q minus delta W. So it is 50 joule minus 30 joule. So it is 20 joule is in change in internal energy. And this change in internal energy is same for this path also. Okay, so here you have delta U equal to, here you have delta Q is equal to 30 minus delta is what? The same. Okay, this is same for this path also. So I will substitute this 20 here. So I will get 10 joule. Okay, 10 joule is the answer. So This is the correct answer. This is option B is the correct answer. So for this question, the main idea is that the internal energy change is the same because internal energy is a state function. Okay. This is the second question from kinetic theory and thermodynamics in IIT JAM 2021 exam. This is question number 27. It is a multiple choice question and it is a 2-mark question. The RMS velocity of molecules of oxygen gas is given by V at some temperature T. The molecules of another gas have the same RMS velocity and temperature T by 16. The second gas is which one? That's our question. So, first one is oxygen. We have to find the second gas. The second gas has the same RMS velocity V as that of oxygen at temperature T by 16. Oxygen has some RMS velocity at some temperature T. The second gas has the same RMS velocity at another temperature T by 16. So we have to find the second gas. Okay, let us go to the question. So what is the equation for RMS velocity? Vrms is equal to what? Root of 3RT divided by molecular mass. 3RT divided by m, where m is the molecular mass. So here it is given that the RMS velocity of oxygen O2, I will write O2, is same as the RMS velocity of the unknown gas. Okay, we have to find the gas. I will write unknown gas. We have to find that gas, unknown gas. Okay, so I will write the formula. For oxygen I will write 3R, and oxygen has this RMS velocity at a temperature T divided by, and I will write the molecular mass of oxygen. What is the molecular mass of oxygen? M of O2, that is 16 into 2, right? It is 32. Okay, 32 gram is the molecular mass of oxygen. So I will write it as 32, which is equal to the RMS velocity of the unknown gas. Okay, I will write here 3R is constant, you know, and temperature is T by 16. In the denominator we have to write the molecular mass. Actually I don't know the molecular mass of the unknown gas. Okay, I don't know this value. So let it be like this, like that. Okay, here you can square both the sides, squaring both sides. What do you get? This will be 3RT divided by 32, which is equal to what? 3R T by 16 divided by m. Okay, you can cancel this 3RT here and here, and this 16 will come to the denominator. So what you can write is that I will write it here. 1 by 32 is equal to what? 1 by 16m. Okay, which implies 16m is equal to what? It's 32. So what is the value of molecular mass? Molecular mass is equal to 32 divided by 16, which is equal to 2. Which of these gases have the molecular mass 2? You know that it is hydrogen. Hydrogen has the molecular mass 2. All the other gases have molecular mass greater than that. Okay, so this is 2 gram, which means this is hydrogen. This is our third question. This is question number 31 of IIT JAM 2021 exam. Okay, this is an MSQ, multiple select question of 2 marks. Okay, multiple select question means there will be more than one correct answer. Okay, so I will read the question. The Carnot engine operates between 2 temperatures. TL is 100 Kelvin. TL means temperature of the cold reservoir. Low temperature means the temperature of the cold reservoir. This is the temperature of the hot reservoir. Okay, each cycle of the engine lasts for 0.5 seconds. This is the time required to complete one cycle, one Carnot cycle for the engine, during which the power delivered is this is the power delivered by the engine to the external agency. Okay, so this is the power delivered in 1 second. Let QH be the corresponding heat absorbed by the engine and QL be the heat lost to the cold reservoir. Identify the correct statement or statements. This is our question. Okay, let us analyze the question options one by one. Okay, first of all, what is the value of QH by QL? So here we have the equation. Since this is a Carnot engine, we have, for any engine we can have this equation. It is QL by QH, 1 minus QL by QH. For Carnot engine, this is equal to 1 minus TL by TH, right? So you can cancel this one and one, so you will get QL by QH is equal to TL by TH. Here the minus signs, you can also multiply this equation with minus 1, so this minus will be cancelled. So this is, what is TL and TH? What are TL and TH? TL is 100 Kelvin. What is TH? It is 150 Kelvin. So what will be this value? This 2 by 3, right? 2 by 3. So what do we get? We get QL by QH is equal to 2 by 3. What is given here? It is QH by QL. So I will take the reciprocal of this. This means QH by QL equal to what? 3 by 2. 3 by 2. So this is 3 by 2, that is 1.5. Here what is this value? This value is 2 by 3, 0.67. So it is given that QH by QL is less than 0.67 or equal to 0.67. But this value is not either less than. Okay, this value is neither less than this value nor equal to this value. So this is a wrong option. So this option is wrong. So we can say that option A is false. Okay, option A is false. Now we will check the other options. What is the second option? The change in entropy of the engine and the hot bath in a cyclist. You know that engine takes heat from the hot bath. Okay. For each cycle, engine takes heat from the hot bath and it leaves some heat to the cold reservoir. Okay. So the change in entropy of the engine and the hot bath, meaning is that the total entropy of the system, or the total entropy of the universe. Total entropy of the universe. What is the total entropy change in the universe? Not the total entropy, but the total entropy change of the universe. Engine and the reservoir. Engine and the reservoir. What is the total change in entropy? Okay, this is the question. You know that Carnot engine is a reversible heat engine. It's a reversible heat engine. Reversible heat engine. It's a reversible heat engine. Okay, so what is this entropy statement of second law of thermodynamics? In all irreversible processes, the entropy of the universe increases. That means in all reversible processes, there is no change in the entropy of the universe. So this is a reversible process, so there will not be any change in the entropy of the universe or the entire system plus surroundings. Okay, so you can say that delta is equal to 0 in this reversible case. In all spontaneous cases, spontaneous means all spontaneous processes are irreversible processes. In all irreversible processes, there will be an entropy change. Entropy change will be positive. Okay, this is second law of thermodynamics. If you write like as an inequality, what is second law of thermodynamics? The entropy statement, delta S is greater than or equal to 0. This equal to is for reversible process. This greater than is for irreversible process. Okay. So here you can say that since this is a reversible heat engine, delta is equal to 0. So option B also is wrong. Okay. Delta S has to be 0. Option B is false. B is false. Now what about C and D? Okay. here QH has been calculated. We will calculate QH. Okay, in the question, power delivered by the engine is given. Power delivered by the engine, suppose this engine is connected to a car, the axle of a car. This power will be used to rotate the axle of the car. Okay, so what is the work given by this engine? Work is power times, we are going to the option C, work is power times the time. Okay, so what is the power output, sorry, what is the work output in one cycle? The power is, you know, it is 500 joule per second. And what is the time for one cycle? You can see that it is 0.5 second for complete cycle. So what will be this value? This is half. So half of 500 is 250 joule. So this is the work done, work output from the engine, or it is a work done by the engine. Okay. Now what we have to find is that let QH is the heat taken from the hot reservoir. So we have to find the value of QH. How can we find the value of QH? We have the formula W is equal to, you know that work output is what? QH minus QL, right? The heat taken from the hot reservoir and the heat lost from the engine, or the heat given to the cold reservoir. The difference is the work output. Okay, right? So we have to find QH. Work, we have the value of work. Okay, we have to find QH, that's fine. But what about QL? We already have QL by QH is equal to 2 by 3, or QH by QL is equal to 3 by 2. You can use any of these things. Okay, so I will take this one. QL by QH is equal to what? 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Okay, so what is QL? This 2 by 3 QH, right? So I will substitute 2 by 3 QH for QL. So if you simplify, you can say that 250 is equal to QH into 1 minus 2 by 3. What is 1 minus 2 by 3? It's 1 by 3. 250 is equal to QH into 1 by 3. So what is the value of QH finally? QH is equal to 250 times 3, right? This is 750. In SI unit it is 750 joule. So what about this option? This is correct. This option is correct. Now we have discussed the option B. We said that option B is wrong. So what about option D? What option D says? The change in entropy of the engine is in 0.5 second is 0. Okay, that means in one complete cycle the change in entropy, okay, is 0. In one cycle the change in entropy of the entire system, okay, is 0. Okay, so we can say that this is a correct statement. Here this means the entire system, okay, the change in entropy of the engine in one cycle is 0. Okay, so option D also is correct. Option D also is correct because it is a reversible process. This is correct. Okay, so the answers are option C and D, correct options. C and D. Okay, these are the correct options. This is also an MSQ question from IIT JAM 2021. This is question number 33. It's a 2-mark question. Okay, let us discuss the question. An isolated ideal gas is kept at a pressure P1 and volume V1. The gas undergoes free expansion and attains a pressure P2 and volume V2. Identify the correct statement or statements. Okay, let us see the question. Now it is said that it's an isolated ideal gas. What does this word isolated means? Isolated means there is no exchange of heat. Delta Q is equal to 0. Okay, since delta Q equal to 0, this is an adiabatic process. Adiabatic process. Okay, since delta Q equal to 0, this is an adiabatic process. So, since this is an adiabatic process, this option B is correct as well as option A is correct. You know that this is the equation for adiabatic process. Okay, so A and B are correct. Now, it undergoes a free expansion. Okay, gas undergoes a free expansion. What is meant by free expansion? Free expansion means expansion into vacuum. Free expansion means expansion to vacuum. Okay, so here there is a gas in a particular container. In this chamber there is a gas at a particular pressure. Okay, suppose here there is vacuum. Suppose you remove this barrier, the wall, what happens? This gas will expand into vacuum. It's a free expansion because here the pressure was 0. Okay, it's a free expansion. So what is the work done for that? Since there was no pressure here, the work done is 0. Okay, so free expansion means it's an expansion to vacuum, and so the work done W equal to 0. Work done is equal to 0. Okay, or delta W equal to 0. You can say delta W equal to 0. So from the first law, if you write this first law, delta Q is equal to delta U plus delta W, you can say that here in this question it is given that it's an isolated, so delta Q equal to 0, and also we have delta W as 0. So what is the value of this delta U? Delta U will be 0. There will not be any change in the internal energy. What does that mean? What about the temperature? The temperature will not change. Delta T will also be 0. The temperature will not change, which implies T is a constant. If T is constant, you can say that it is an isothermal process also. If T is constant, you can say that this equation is correct, which is the Boyle's law. At constant temperature, the pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. This equation will be correct at constant temperature, right? At constant temperature, PV will be a constant. Okay, so this also is correct. So A, B and C are correct. What about the last one? The pressure is constant. No, the pressure is not constant. When the gas expands to vacuum, its pressure will decrease because now it has more volume, so the pressure will decrease. This is wrong. Okay, isobaric means pressure constant, but here this process is not isobaric. So last option is wrong. All the other options are correct. So you can say that A, B and C are correct. This is another question from IIT JAM 2021 exam. This is a multiple select question. Okay, let us solve the question. Here it is given that a gaseous system enclosed in an adiabatic container. First, it is an adiabatic process. This is an adiabatic process. Okay, is in equilibrium at pressure P1 and V1. Work done on the system is in a quasi-static manner, due to which the pressure and volume change to P2 and V2 respectively in the final equilibrium state. At every instant, the pressure and volume obey the condition PV raised to gamma equal to C, where gamma is Cp by Cv. Okay, and C is a constant. If the work done is 0, then identify the correct process. So the next thing given is work done is 0. It's an adiabatic process and it is given that work done equal to 0. Okay. So what is the equation for work done in an adiabatic process? The equation is W is equal to mu R divided by gamma minus 1 into T1 minus T2. Okay, in terms of temperature, the equation is mu R by gamma minus 1 into T1 minus T2. This is the equation. Okay, where mu is the number of moles of the gas. Okay, and in terms of pressure and volume, we can transform this equation as, okay, if you open this bracket, you can write it as mu R T1 minus mu R T2 divided by gamma minus 1. Okay, what is this mu R T1? Since this is an ideal gas, you can write the equation P1 V1 is equal to mu R T1, right? P1 V1 is mu R T1, and what is P2 V2? That is mu R T2. Okay, so instead of mu R T1, you can substitute P1 V1, and instead of mu R T2, you can substitute P2 V2. So this is P1 V1 minus P2 V2 divided by gamma minus 1. Okay, so in this question it is given that work done equal to 0. So here it is given that work done equal to 0, which implies this term equal to 0. Okay, which implies the numerator equal to 0. Since this term is 0, the numerator will be equal to 0. P1 V1 minus P2 V2 will be equal to 0. Okay, so what can we infer from this? P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, right? P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Okay, so option D is correct. It's an MSQ question, but so check the other options. P2 V2 is equal to gamma plus 1 into P1 V1. Actually we got that P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Then this cannot be correct. This is P2 V2 is equal to gamma plus 1 times P1. This cannot be correct. This cannot be correct. This cannot be correct. So the only option which is correct is D. So option D is our answer. This is our answer. Okay, this is a numerical answer type question from IIT JAM 2021. Okay, it's a 1 mark question. In the question it is given that there are n1 number of ideal gas particles enclosed in a volume V1, and if the volume is changed to V2, so first the volume is changed to V2 and the number of particles is reduced to half. What happens to the number of particles? The final number of particles is initial number of particles divided by 2. Number of particles is reduced to half. The mean free path becomes 4 times its initial value. Mean free path lambda 2 becomes 4 times the initial value. Lambda is mean free path. The ratio V1 by V2 is, we have to find the ratio V1 divided by V2. Okay. So here I will write the equation. To find the mean free path of gas molecules, what is the equation to find the mean free path of gas molecules? Lambda is 1 by root 2 pi n d square. This is the equation to find the mean free path of gas molecules. What is n here? N is the number density of gas molecules inside the chamber, or n is what? N is equal to, small n is equal to capital N by V, total number of gas molecules inside the chamber divided by volume of the container. So and D is the diameter of gas molecules. D is the diameter of gas molecules. D is the diameter of gas molecules. Okay, so if I substitute here for this small n, this equation will become 1 by root 2 pi n by v d square. So this is equal to, this lambda is equal to v divided by root 2 pi n d square. Okay, V divided by root 2 pi nd square. This is the equation to find mean free path of gas molecules. Okay, so here you can see that here there is no change in the gas particles. Here what happens, the number of particles is reduced to half, the volume is changed, but there is no change in the gas. That means diameter is not changed. We are telling about the same gas, everything is telling about the same gas, so there is no change in the diameter of the gas molecules. Gas is not changed, so D is a constant here, so you can simply write lambda is proportional to V by N. Okay, you can write lambda is equal to V by N. So we can write lambda 1 proportional to V1 divided by N1 and lambda 2 proportional to V2 divided by N2. Okay, so if you divide these equations, lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to what? V1 by N1 into, instead of dividing I am multiplying with the reciprocal, N2 divided by V2. Okay, so lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 is equal to V1 divided by V2 times N2 divided by N1. I will substitute for lambda V and N, not V, we have to find V1 by V2, this is our question, and lambda 1 is here, for lambda 2 I will substitute for lambda 1, lambda 2 is for lambda 1, and V1 by V2 is, we have to find out the value of V1 by V2. N2 by N1, what is N2 by N1? From this equation N2 by N1 is half, or you can write N2 is N1 by 2. N2 is N1 by 2. So here it is N1 by 2 divided by N1. So if you simplify this, lambda 1 cancels, N1 cancels. So what is remaining? Remaining is 1 by 4 is equal to V1 by V2 times what? Half. V1 by V2 times half. So what is V1 by V2? Here it is 1 by 4. This 2 will comes to here, or it is 2 by 1 here. So this will be 2 here. So V1 by V2 is 1 by 2. 1 by 2, or it is 0.5, or it is 0. V1 by V2 is 1 by 2, or it is 0.5. So the correct answer is 0.5. Round off to 1 decimal place, it's correct. 0.5 is the correct answer. This is another numerical answer type question from IIT JAM 2021 exam. It's a 1 mark question. This is about Fermi energy. I will read the question. At some temperature T, two metals A and B have Fermi energies EA and EB respectively. The free electron density of A is 64 times that of B. The ratio of EA by EB is, the ratio A by EB is, that's the question. Okay, so what is Fermi energy? What is Fermi energy of a metal? Generally, what is Fermi energy? Fermi energy, in the case of a free electron gas or free electrons, at 0 Kelvin, the levels up to a particular level will be filled and the remaining levels will be empty. Since these are electrons, we can fill 2 electrons in a particular state because electrons have a spin half. So what is the degeneracy? Degeneracy means how many electrons can be filled, the number of electrons that can be filled in a particular level. That is 2s plus 1. This is a general formula for degeneracy. So 2 into half plus 1, this is equal to 2. This is equal to 2. So 2 electrons can be filled in a level. So suppose up to this level is completely filled. The energy of this level is known as Fermi energy. Energy of the highest occupied level is known as Fermi energy. In this question, the Fermi energies for metal A is EA. Okay, and for metal B, CB. We have to find the ratio EA by EB. Okay, now it is given that the number density of these metals A and B. For metal A, the number density is 64 times that of B. That means number density of A is equal to 64 times number density of B. Okay. So what is Na by Nb? Na by Nb is 64 divided by 1 or 64. Now what is the equation for Fermi energy? Fermi energy is given as h cross square by 2m into 3 pi square n whole raised to 2 by 3. This is the relation between Fermi energy and the number density of electrons. So you can say that EF is proportional to n raised to 2 by 3. Okay, n raised to 2 by 3. Keep this in mind. So in the case of metal A, you can write the equation as EA. The Fermi energy for metal A is proportional to what? Na raised to 2 by 3. For metal B, it is proportional to Nb raised to 2 by 3. If you divide these equations, you will get EA divided by EB, which is equal to Na divided by Nb whole raised to 2 by 3. So what is Na by Nb given in the question? That is 64. So it is 64 raised to 2 by 3. Okay. What is 64 raised to 2 by 3? First you have to find the cube root of 64. Then you have to find the square. 2 into 1 by 3 is 2 by 3. Right? So 64. The cube root of 64 is 4. Now we have to square this one. 4 square, it is 16. So 16 is our answer. 16 is the answer. Okay. So Fermi energy is directly proportional to number density n raised to 2 by 3. What is this number density? It is nothing but the total number of electrons divided by volume occupied by that electrons. Okay. This is another numerical answer type question, 1 mark question from IIT JAM 2021 exam, which belongs to the thermodynamics and kinetic theory part. Okay, so here it is about the black body. I will read the question. An ideal black body at a temperature T emits radiation of energy density U. So it's about a black body. For this black body emits energy density U at a temperature T. So using Stefan's law, you can write it as sigma T raised to 4. Okay, this is the equation. Stefan's law of radiation. Stefan's law of radiation. Okay. So the black body, for the black body, it is true. U is equal to sigma T raised to 4. The corresponding value for a material at a temperature T by 2 is U by 256. For we are comparing this with another body. For another material, for the other material, which is not a black body, which is not a perfect black body. If the body is not a perfect black body, the formula, the Stefan's law, modifies to U is equal to E times sigma T raised to 4. Now the question is, what is this E? This E is known as emissivity. For black body, the value of this parameter emissivity is 1. E is equal to 1 for black body. So what is the meaning of emissivity? It is the measure that how much fraction of energy is emitted by a body as compared to a black body. Okay, for the black body, the emission is set as 1, or it is considered as 1 at a particular temperature, and for any other body the emissivity will be less than 1 it can emit a lesser amount it can emit at a lesser rate only, and the ratio, the fraction, how much fraction it is emitted, is it 75% or 80% or 25%, that fraction is known as emissivity. So in this question, this is our first equation, and second equation is that for the other body, it is given as U by 256. The energy density is given as U by 256. The equation is E sigma T by 2 raised to 4. Okay, if you simplify this equation, you will get U by 256 equal to E sigma T raised to 4 divided by 2 raised to 4 is what? 16. Now what is sigma T raised to 4? In the question it is given that for a black body the energy density is U at a temperature T. So this is the equation for a black body. So this is U, sigma T raised to 4 is U. You can substitute that value here. So U by 256 is equal to E times, what is this quantity is U divided by 16. So U can be cancelled. So what is E? 16 taken to this side, so 16 divided by 256. You know that 256 is the square of 16, so this is 1 by 16. So if you divide this value, you will get 0.625. 0.625, not 0.625, it is 0.625. Okay. Now we have to round off the answer to 2 decimal places. Actually it is not 2 in the question, it is 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places. It was in the actual question it was 3 decimal places. So you have to round off it as 0.062 itself. Okay. The rule with the 5, rounding off rule with the 5 is that if the number before the 5 is an even number, we can just drop the 5. If it was an odd number, we have to add 1 with this number. If it was 0.061, I have to add 1 with that number. Okay, but this is an even number, so I am just leaving the number. So this is the answer. Okay, now we have discussed all the questions from kinetic theory and thermodynamics part which were asked in IIT JAM 2021 exam. Okay, totally there were 8 questions from this kinetic theory and thermodynamics part in IIT JAM exam, and the total marks asked was 13 marks. 30 marks were asked from this part only for IIT JAM exam. Okay, I think you got an idea about all this part. Thank you.